Namo Namaha. Welcome back, students. I hope you all are doing fine. In today's session, we are going to continue with the topic of Sandhi. Along with that, we are going to learn a new topic, that is Avyay Padani. So, let's get started. In the previous session, we have studied the three important rules of Visarga Sandhi: Visargasya Utvam, Visargasya Ratvam, and Visargasya Sthane Sa, Sh and Sh. Today we are going to learn the next rule, that is Visarga Lopaha. Visargasya Lopaha. Lopaha means disappearance or dropping. When Visarg is preceded or followed by a certain vowel or a consonant, then Visarg is dropped. And that's why it is called Visargasya Lopaha. There are three rules of Visargasya Lopaha. Let's see the first one. The first rule is, if Visarg is preceded by a and is followed by a vowel other than a, then Visarg is dropped. Visargasya Lopaha Bhavati. So what other vowels can be there after Visarg? A, I, U, U, R, R, Rlu, A, I, O or Au. Students, if a will be used after Visarg here, then it will result in Uttva Sandhi. To avoid that, it is said that a should not be there after Visarg. Let's try to understand it with the help of some examples. Devaha plus iti. Here, Visarg is preceded by the vowel a and it is followed by the vowel e. So, Visargasya Lopaha, this rule is applicable to this example. As per the rule, Visargasya Lopaha Bhavati, and we get the Sandhi Deva iti. There will be no further Sandhi between these two. I'll repeat. There will be no further Sandhi between these two. Deva and iti will remain two separate words. Let's see one more example. Mrugaha plus eti. Visarg is preceded by a and is followed by the vowel a. So as per the rule, Visargasya Lopaha Bhavati. And we get the Sandhi Mruga eti. Here are some more examples of Visargasya Lopaha. Chhatraha plus agacchati. So the Sandhi is Chhatra agacchati. Suryaha plus udeti. The Sandhi is Surya udeti. Ramaha plus ichchati. And the Sandhi is Rama ichchati. Kutah plus aushadham. Kuta aushadham. In all these sandhis, Visargaha is preceded by the vowel a and it is followed by the vowel other than a. Now let's see the next rule of Visargasya Lopaha. When Visarg is preceded by the vowel a and is followed by any vowel, that is Swaraha, or a soft consonant, that is Mrudu Vyanjanam, then Visarg is dropped. Visarg can be followed by any vowel here, or it can be followed by a soft consonant, that is the last three letters of any class, or Y, R, L, V, H. Then Visarg is dropped. It means Tasya Lopaha Bhavati. Let's see some examples to get the clear idea of the rule. Lataha plus atra. Here, Visarg is preceded by the vowel a and is followed by the vowel a. So, as per the rule, Visarg is dropped and we get the Sandhi Lata atra. Just like the previous rule, here Sandhi will not take place between Lata and Atra. I'll repeat, there is no further Sandhi between the words Lata and Atra. Let's see one more example. Janaha plus Yanti. Here Visarg is preceded by the vowel A and is followed by the letter Y of Yanti. Y is a soft consonant, so Visarg is dropped and we get the Sandhi Jana Yanti. Here are some more examples. Balakaha plus Adhavan. The Sandhi is Balaka Adhavan. Naraha plus Ikshante. The Sandhi is Nara Ikshante. Taha plus Gachanti. The Sandhi is Ta Gachanti. And Vrukshaha plus Vardhante. The Sandhi is Vruksha Vardhante. Now let me take you to the next rule of Visargasya Lopaha. This rule is related to the forms Saha and Eshaha. Saha is the form of Tat pronoun and Eshaha is the form of Etat pronoun. When the forms Saha and Eshaha are followed by any vowel except A or any consonant, that is Vyanjanam, then Visarg is dropped. There is no further Sandhi between the remaining vowels. Let's see an example. Saha plus Eva. Here the form Saha is followed by the vowel A. So as per the rule, Visarga is dropped and we have got the form Sa Eva. Let's see one more example. Eshaha plus Vadati. Here the form Eshaha is followed by the letter V, which is a consonant. And that's why Visarga is dropped and we have got the form Esha Vadati. A point to be noted here is that Visargasya Utvam is not applicable to Eshaha plus Vadati. Here are some more examples based on the third rule of Visargasya Lopaha. Saha plus Ichchati. The Sandhi is Sa Ichchati. Eshaha plus Uttishtati. The Sandhi is Esha Uttishtati. Saha plus Vanaraha. The Sandhi is Sa Vanaraha. And Eshaha plus Manushyaha. The Sandhi is Esha Manushyaha. Now let's see how to do the Sandhi Vichchedaha of Visargasya Lopaha. It is very easy. We need to put the Visarga back to its original place and we will be able to dissolve the Sandhi. For example, Ata Eva. The Sandhi Vichcheda is Atah plus Eva. Shishya Ime. The dissolution is Shishyaha plus Ime. Lata Vardhante. The Sandhi Vichcheda is Lataha plus Vardhante. Sa Likhati. The Sandhi Vichcheda is Saha plus Likhati. Esha Upakaraha. The Sandhi Vichcheda is Eshaha plus Upakaraha. Students, I assume that you have paid proper attention to all the three rules of Visargasya Lopaha. I am saying so because you may find all the three rules very easy. And they are. We are just dropping Visarga in all the three. But when the examples based on all the rules of Sandhi, Visarga Sandhi, will be asked together, we may get confused. To avoid that confusion, I would like to suggest you that revise the rules of Visargasya Lopaha and get the clear idea under which circumstances, under which conditions Visarga gets dropped. Once it will be clear to you, you will not get it confused with any other rule of Visarga Sandhi. With this note, I would like to end the explanation of the part Sandhi. And now, I am going to take you to the new topic, that is अव्ययपदानि. Avyayapadaani means indeclinables. There is one shloka about Avyayapadaani. Sadrusham trishu lingeshu sarvasu cha vibhaktishu vachaneshu cha sarveshu yanna vyeti tadavyayam. It means the word which has the same form in all the three genders, all vibhaktis, and in all the three numbers is called Avyayapadam or indeclinable. In other words, the word which remains unchanged in any lingam, any vachanam or any vibhakti is called Avyayapadam. So simply, indeclinable is the unchanged word. There are many indeclinables in Sanskrit, but we are going to discuss only those which are included in your syllabus by CBSE. And the indeclinables which we are going to learn today have been classified into different categories. What are those? Let's get to know that. Here is the classification of indeclinables. There are 5 categories of Avyayapadani, and they are Kala Bodhakani, Sthana Bodhakani, Prashna Bodhakani, Yugma Rupena Prayuktani, and Prakirnani. The first one is Kala Bodhakani. Some indeclinables are indicative of the time of certain action. They are categorized under the heading Kala Bodhakani, and the indeclinables are Idanim, Adhuna, Samprati, Sampratam, Adya, Hyaha, and Shwaha. Some indeclinables indicate the place or the location, and that's why they fall into the category of Sthana Bodhakani, such as Itastataha, Atra Tatra, Yatra Kutra. Some indeclinables are used to ask the questions, and they are called Prashna Bodhakani, and Kada and Kutah, these two have been included in your syllabus. The next one is Yugma Rupena Prayuktani. Yugma means pair. Some indeclinables are used in pairs and they are intended to be used together. So the avyayas are Yada Tada, Yadi Tarhi, and Yavat Tavat. And the indeclinables which do not belong to any of these categories, they fall under the last one, that is Prakirnani. And the Prakirnani Avyayapadani are Uchchaihi, Shanaihi, Sahasa, Vrutha, Api, and Cha. As you can see, these indeclinables are commonly used in Sanskrit. Now, let's look at them one by one. The first one is Kala Bodhakani, the indeclinables indicative of time. The first one is Idanim Athva Aduna. We know the meaning of these two words. Is samay, ab, in English, now or at this moment. These indeclinables are mostly used in the sentences consisting of latlakar. For example, Balakaha idanim udyane kridanti. Now children are playing in the garden. Or Aham adhuna samskrutam pathami. Now I am studying Sanskrit. Samprati and Sampratam are also used in the same sense of Idanim and Adhuna. They mean is samay, ab, in English, now, at present, at this time. For example, Samprati sarve chhatraha gacchantu. Now, all the students may go. Or Sampratam pratidinam pradushanam vardhate eva. At present, pollution is increasing day by day. The next one is Adya, which means today, and it is mostly used in the sentences which denote present tense. The examples are Adya avakashah asti. Today is a holiday. Or Vidyalaye adya krida spardhaha santi. Today there are sports competitions in the school. The next one is Yaha. It means Bita hua kal. In English, yesterday. Hyah is used in a sentence which denotes past tense or which has lang lakarah. For example, Sah hyah atra agachat. He came here yesterday. Or Hyah ravivasarah asit. Yesterday was Sunday. The next one is shwah. It means tomorrow, aane wala kal. And it is clear that shwah is used in the sentences which indicate future tense. For example, Tvam shwah kutra gamishyasi? Where will you go tomorrow? Or balakaha shwah pradarshanim drakshanti. Children will see the exhibition tomorrow. Students, I think lakar of the sentence can also help us to identify that which avyaya padam is to be used in the sentence. So the kala bodhakani avyaya padani are idanim, adhuna, samprati, sampratam, adya, hyah and shwah. The next one is sthana bodhakani avyayani, the indeclinables which indicate location or place. The first one is itastatah. It means idhar udhar, here and there. The example sentences are Pashavah itastatah brahmanti. Animals are roaming or wandering here and there. Or Vanaraha itastatah kurdanti. Monkeys are jumping here and there. The next one is atra tatra. It also means idhar udhar, here and there. But atra tatra can be used as one unit or these two can be used separately. For example, atra tatra avakaram makshipa, don't throw garbage here and there. Or atra kushalam tatrapi astu. Everything is fine here. I hope everything is fine there too. The next one is yatra kutra. It means jaha kaha. Yatra means wherever and kutra means where. It is also used in the sense of kahi bhi, anywhere or somewhere. Just like atra tatra, yatra kutra can be used together or as two separate indeclinables. For example, yatra krishnaha kutra parajayah. Where there is Lord Krishna, there is no defeat. Jahan Krishna hai, wahan parajay kahan se hogi? And the next one is Vidwan yatra kutra api gacchati tatraiva pujyate. Wherever a scholar person would go, he is always worshipped or respected there. So thus we have seen the sthana bodhakani avyayani itastatah, atra tatra and yatra kutra. Let's go to the next one. The next one is prashna bodhakani, the indeclinables which are used to ask questions. For example, kada, kab, when. And the example sentences are Tvam natakam drashtum kada gamishyasi? When will you go to watch the play? Or Amra falani kada pakwani bhavanti? When do the mangoes ripen? The next one is kutah. It means kaha se, kidhar se, from where. For example, Eshah dhvanihi kutah agacchati? From where is this sound emerging or coming? And the next one is Bhavan pustakani kutah anitavan? From where did you bring these books? These two are very easy, right? So, we have seen two prashna bodhake avyaye, kada and kutah. The fourth category is yugma rupena prayuktani avyayani, the indeclinables which are used in pairs. The first one is yada, tada, jab, tab, when and then. For example, yada vasantagamanam bhavati, tada kokilah kujati. When the spring season arrives, the cuckoo coos. The next one is yada meghaha garjanti, tada mayuraha nrityanti. When clouds thunder, peacocks start dancing. The next one is yadi tarhi. In Hindi, it means agar to. In English, if then. यदि कार्यसिद्धिः इच्छति तर्हि परिश्रमः आवश्यकः. If one wishes for success, then he needs to work hard. The next one is यदि बुभुक्षा अस्ति तर्हि भोजनं कुरु. If you are hungry, then have food. The next pair is यावत् तावत्. जब तक तब तक. Yavat as long as and tavat indicates the meaning till then. For example, yavat diyate tavat dhanasya sadupayogah bhavati. It will be considered the right utilization of money as long as it is given in donation. जब तक दान दिया जाता है तब तक ही धन का सदुपयोग होता है. The next one is यावत् स्थास्यन्ति गिरयः तावत् रामायणी कथा प्रचरिष्यति. As long as mountains exist on the earth, the story of Ramayana will prevail among the people. So we have seen 3 pairs of yugma rupena prayuktani: yada tada, yadi tarhi, and yavat tavat. It is easy because in the sentences, one of these will surely be present, which will help us to understand that which other one is missing. The next one is uchchaihi, which belongs to prakirnani, and it means zor se ya fir ऊंचा, loudly or high. For example, vayam kakshayam uchchaihi na vadema. You know the meaning of this sentence. We should not speak loudly in the class. Shenah akashe uchchaihi uddayate. A hawk flies very high in the sky. Shenah baaz. Baaz आकाश में ऊंचा उड़ता है. The next one is shanaihi. धीरे, धीमे, slowly. Gajah shanaihi chalati. An elephant walks slowly. Or udyane vruddhaha shanaihi shanaihi bhramanti. Old people are roaming or walking slowly in the garden. The next one is sahasa. It means achanak, suddenly, all of a sudden. The example sentences are Manushyaha sahasa karyam na kuryat. Man should not do anything suddenly or hastily without giving a proper thought to it. Sahasa tatra vrishtihi jata. It suddenly rained there. The next one is vrutha. It means vyarth, nirarthak, useless, meaningless, unnecessarily, in vain. For example, vrutha bhashanam na karaniyam. One should not speak unnecessarily. And one more example is murkhaya upadeshaha vrutha. It is useless to give an advice to a foolish person. The next one is easier, api, bhi, also, too. It is commonly used in Sanskrit, so we know about it. Pitra saha putraha api agachat. The son also arrived with the father. Or vayam jantushalam api drakshyamah. We will see the zoo too. Cha is again an easy indeclinable. It means or, and. Vrukshaha asmabhyam falani chayam cha yachanti. Trees give us fruits and shade. Tvameva mama mata pita bandhuhu cha asi. You alone are my mother, father, and my friend or relative. So we have seen the prakirnani avyaypadani, and they are uchchaihi, shanaihi, sahasa, vrutha, api and cha. I hope you have understood them all. So students, all the categories which are mentioned in this explanation part of avyaypadani are just for your reference, or to make the topic easy for you to understand. No question will be asked on the basis of the categories of avyaypadani, so don't worry. Now I'm going to display the questions based on the topic, but before that I would like to give you some instructions, some tips to avoid mistakes. Students, avyaypadani is one of the easiest topics of Sanskrit grammar, and it can help us to get more marks. And that's why it is necessary that we should make less mistakes while solving the question. The first thing is, whenever you're going to solve the question of avyaypadani, think about the meaning of the indeclinable and then use it in the sentence. Don't be hasty in using the indeclinables in the sentences, because sometimes you may find that an indeclinable can be used in two sentences because it seems appropriate for both the sentences. To avoid this confusion, first read out the question carefully, go through all the sentences and use the indeclinable which is the most apt for the sentence. And why it should be done so? Because if you will use even one wrong indeclinable in a sentence, not only that particular sentence of yours, but 2 or 3 more sentences will go wrong. And that's why we should always solve the question of avyaypadani in rough, and once we are confirmed or confident about the answers, then we should make it fair. I hope you have understood it and you have noted it. Now let me take you to the questions based on avyaypadani. The first question is, Manjusha pradattaihi uchitaihi avyayaihi riktasthanani purayata. Fill in the blanks in the following sentences with appropriate indeclinable words given in the Manjusha. This question has been asked in March 2020 board's examination. Let me read out the questions for you. The Manjusha is already displayed here. Rama dash Ashok Nagaram Gamishyati. The second one is Rajendraha dash Gruham Gatavan. The third one is dash Vrishtihi Bhavati. The fourth one is dash Vidadhita na Kriyam. Vidadhita means to do. Dash Mavada. Next one is Bhavan dash Kinkaroti. Next one is Sureshah tu dash Bhramati. And the last one is Rameshah Pustakam Lekhanim dash Krinati. I hope you are ready with your answers. So let me display them. The first one is Rama Shwaha Ashoka Nagaram Gamishyati. The second one is Rajendraha Hyah Gruham Gatavan. The third one is Shanaihi Vrishtihi Bhavati. The fourth one is Sahasa Vidadhita na Kriyam. Fifth one is Uchchaihi Mavada. Sixth one is Bhavan Idaning Kinkaroti. Seventh one is Sureshah tu itastatah Bhramati. And the last one is Rameshah Pustakam Lekhanincha Krinati. I hope your answers are correct. Would you like to solve one more question? Let's do that. The second question is Manjusha pradattaihi uchitaihi avyayaihi riktasthanani purayata. The first sentence is dash shramah kriyate tadaiva sukham prapyate. The second one is Tvam dash किमर्थं भ्रमसि? The third one is अयं कुक्कुरः dash आगतः. The fourth one is आदित्यः dash निबन्धं लेखिष्यति. The fifth one is dash रात्रौ मया एकः स्वप्नः दृष्टः. Sixth one is वने तरूणां लतानां dash माला भवति. The seventh one is शिशुः dash रुदितवान्. And the last one is पश्य तत्र मयूराः dash नृत्यन्ति. Are you ready with your answers? Let's check them. यदा श्रमः क्रियते तदैव सुखं प्राप्यते. The second one is त्वं वृथा किमर्थं भ्रमसि? The third one is अयं कुक्कुरः कुतः आगतः? The fourth one is आदित्यः श्वः निबन्धं लेखिष्यति. The fifth one is ह्यः रात्रौ मया एकः स्वप्नः दृष्टः. Sixth one is वने तरूणां लतानां च माला भवति. Seventh one is शिशुः उच्चैः रुदितवान्. And the last one is पश्य तत्र मयूराः अपि नृत्यन्ति. I appreciate your efforts. So students, that concludes my discussion for today, and I would like to end it with a good saying. Kshanashah kanashashchaiva vidyam artham cha sadhayet. One should acquire knowledge by making the use of each and every minute, and should earn money by utilizing each and every resource. So acquire knowledge, be wise, be smart. धन्यवादाः. पुनः मिलामः.